Yo, what's going on, y'all? It's Combo Breaker 99. Back with some Combo Breaker 99 talks. Hashtag CB99 talks. Just make sure y'all subscribe, support the channel. I keep doing some videos here, man. But I just want to go back and talk about this past weekend's fight between Swift Jarrett Hurd and Julian Jrock Williams. Got to say shout out to both fighters for putting on a very, very good spirited performance. You know, they were really going at it for 12 rounds. And definitely want to give a shout out to Jrock Williams. You know, he proved a lot of people wrong. He was able to pull the upset. You know, he was able to do that. You know, he really had a lot going for him and, you know, had a lot of drive in this fight, and I have to really give him a shout out, you know, especially when the odds were against him. But I just want to say that before I really go into this fight, man, I really did kind of feel like this was going to be a 50-50 fight. You know, a lot of people felt like, Julian Williams, he didn't have anything in the tank to take on a guy like Jarrett Hurd. But if you've seen him and, you know, actually followed him and, you know, follow what he does in the ring, you know, they would have known that this was going to be a competitive fight. Because right now, when you look at the junior middleweight division, there's not really one guy that's over everybody. You know, there's not really a number one or two guy. You know, there's just guys that hold belts and there's just champions, but there's not really like one guy that you can say has the power edge over everybody or has the skill edge over everybody. You know, it's kind of been going back and forth. You know, Tony Harrison beat Charlo. You see what kind of skills Harrison put on Charlo, man. Now you see what type of skills Julian Williams he put on Hurd. You know, Hurd, he wasn't really like just all skill or just all brute force and power. Going to look back at the fight, man, from round one, you know, Julian Williams, he just took it to Jarrett Hurd. You know, he met him straight in the center of the ring. And, you know, he was just being the aggressor. He was actually backing Jarrett Hurd up where, you know, Jarrett Hurd, he can be a slow starter, you know, where he kind of lets other fighters wear themselves out. You know, he makes a miss sometimes. You know, he's able to land a few counter shots, and then he'll start coming back, meeting the guy in the middle, and he'll kind of lay on you and kind of put pressure on you and break you down. But in this fight, Julian Williams, he had an excellent game plan. He started off fast, being the aggressor, while Jarrett Hurd was being slow. And he was landing very, very good, accurate shots. So he was really breaking Hurd down from the first round. Second round, you know, he was doing the same thing, going in, boxing, coming forward with excellent pressure, meeting Jarrett Hurd in the middle, meeting him shoulder to shoulder. He was just doing nice little veteran moves in there, kind of giving Jarrett Hurd the little bump with his left shoulder, then hitting him with the right hand. He was really finding he was really finding a home for that nice right hand he was throwing. There was a big right hand he did crack Jarrett Hurd with that led to the left hook that landed, because there was a first right hand that landed. I could tell Jarrett Hurd was hurt. And then as he turned towards the ropes, a big left hook, like, you know, clipped him right on the temple. It was just at an awkward angle where it clipped him and it just dropped him. And that's like the first time Jarrett Hurd has been down, man. So, yeah, Julian Williams, he was really, you know, he wasn't playing. Third, fourth, fifth round, man, he was just overall Julian Williams just being overall aggressive, man. He was really meeting him in the middle, being the dog, and he was just landing some very, very nice body shots. Every time Jarrett Hurd would try to come in with those chopping right hands he's known for, or he would try to land like an uppercut, it was like Julian Williams, you know, he was timing everything and just kind of like slipping, catching a lot of shots on his elbows, catching the right hand, you know, with the glove of his left hand, and then he would come back up the middle with the double left hook, double uppercut. He would come to the head, to the body, and he was just chopping all the way around of Jarrett Hurd's punches. Really, man, the first half of the fight, it was really hard for me to give, I'm not trying to be harsh, but it was really hard for me to give Jarrett Hurd a single round from 1 through 6, man, because there was just a lot of nice work that I was really appreciating that Julian Williams was able to do in there, man. I really couldn't give any round in the first 6 rounds to Jarrett Hurd, man. I mean, you can comment in the comment section and let me know if you feel differently, but I really couldn't give him any single round that first round, just because Jarrett Hurd really didn't have an answer for this inside boxing. Jarrett Hurd, he's used to being on the inside, but he's using a lot of his, you know, he's using a lot of his weight, a lot of his strength, and to kind of put on these guys, and they get kind of overwhelmed by it. So while they're not really thinking straight, he's able to land those hard chopping shots on the inside, you know, the uppercuts and right hands over the guard. Where in this fight, Julian Williams, he studied Jarrett Hurd. You could really tell he studied Jarrett Hurd, and every time he met him shoulder to shoulder, he knew how to slip those shots. You know, he was kind of getting the feel on what Jarrett Hurd would throw just by kind of feeling on Jarrett Hurd's shoulder, how he would move. he would feel the torque and he would feel like the movement of Jarrett Hurd's left shoulder, so he would know what's coming, so he could slip and then come up the middle and counter with those double left hooks to the head and to the body, man. But second half of the fight, same thing, man. Jarrett Hurd, he was getting outboxed again. Jarrett Hurd was just getting outboxed, man, because Julian Williams, he would box from the outside in the 7th round. You know, he was jabbing from the outside. He was landing his right hand and really busting up Jarrett Hurd's face. There was a couple of flurries in, I think it was like round 7 or 8, or I want to say maybe round 5. I want to go back and say that was probably the only round where Jarrett Hurd really got some work done whenever Julian Williams would like take a couple minutes off, but then he would just go right back to being the dog and meeting him in the center of the ring. And the thing about this fight, man, it was really like Julian Williams was just having fun in there, man. That was the number one thing all the way to the championship rounds. He was just in there having fun with a guy that I could tell he felt was really tailor-made for what he wanted to do that night. You know, he was really in there just like pulling off shots, taking a few here and there, but deflecting a lot of the punishment, and just really giving Hurd a lot of punishment in this fight. There was even a point, I think, in like the second half of the fight where Jarrett Hurd's corner was kind of like, if you keep taking these type of shots, they were going to stop the fight, which was crazy because there was a couple times when Jarrett Hurd was getting rocked by J-Rock's heavy right hands, man. But yeah, overall, man, it was just a very good performance. Like I said, all the way even the second half, there was like there was so many rounds where I felt like Williams was just doing the overall better work, even the dog work, the pressure, the inside, the outside. Jarrett Hurd, he was really staying in there. He was staying game, and he would have his moments, but never enough really to take rounds, man. I almost want to say J-Rock pitched the shutout, man, but I'd say maybe like 10 and 11 I would give to Hurd, but overall I'd say Williams won at least a good majority of the rounds, man. Maybe like 10 or 9 of the rounds, man. Like I said, if you disagree, let me know, but I think J-Rock took like 10 rounds. I mean, going to the commentating, you can't really go by the commentating, man. Like I said, I went back and watched the fight and just wanted to hear the commentating, and I was like, man, these guys are on some bullshit, man. Like Goosen, whatever the other guy's name is, I can't remember, even Lennox Lewis, they weren't really calling J-Rock's shots like they should have been, man. J-Rock was really doing a lot of nice work in there, man. And just with the commentary again, man, it was just like, did they really know what J-Rock could do, man? Because there was even one guy that said J-Rock had already been stopped twice, so he was probably like, he won't know how to handle Jarrett Hurd's power. But if you go back and look at J-Rock's record, he's only been stopped against Jamal Charlo, you know, and that was just like a different style, man, and everybody can get caught. That was just a fight where he got caught. So when they were talking about, J-Rock, they really knew do their research, man, because they were just going to say he got stopped twice. He's only been stopped once, you know. So, I mean, you can't really go by the commentating or the unofficial judges' scorecards. They had it close. They had it close by like 7 and 8, but there was just so much nice work that J-Rock was doing in there that I really couldn't give Jarrett Hurd more than 3-4 rounds. And I'm being nice, man. 3, maybe that, but I just like the stuff he was doing on the inside. He was really showing you what it's like to fight on the inside with a nice game plan. Because Jarrett Hurd in the past, like I said, he's used to being the bigger, stronger guy where he's not really setting up a lot of the inside shots, not shoulder to shoulder like that. But in this fight, he met a guy that could really meet him at an angle, shoulder to shoulder, time his shots, pull back, come back with his own uppercut, just overall jabbing and straight right hands and overhand rights. Just overall great performance by J-Rock. I really appreciate the science behind what he was doing in there, and I really think he really worked hard for this championship. He really worked hard winning these belts, man. So I really got to give it up to him. Jarrett Hurd, I respect him a lot. He's a guy who will fight anybody, but I'd like to see him go back and maybe fine tune some things. Kind of work on that inside game a little bit, because he's a guy who can withstand a lot of punishment, which I don't want to see him take too many shots, but he likes to slip shots too. I think he needs to get a little bit more crafty, because he was trying to slip some of J-Rock's shots in the early rounds, but I think he kind of got I won't say he got flustered or frustrated, but there were some times where he kind of wanted to just go straight at J-Rock, and he started taking a lot of shots. But yeah, I feel like he just needs to go back and fine tune some things, because Hurd, he has the heart. He'll fight anybody, anytime, anywhere. I get that feeling from him. Same with J-Rock. You know, a lot of respect to both of these guys. And just another reason I like the junior middleweight division so much right now, because like I said, there's not really one top guy here. And that's just because you got all these different styles. You know, you just got so many different guys. So you really never know, you know, who's going to be the top guys. It's so much more competitive than the welterweight division, you know, if that makes sense to y'all. Because with the welterweight division, we got top guys, undefeated guys, but they're not all fighting each other. Whereas here at 154, everybody is sort of fighting each other, and, you know, everybody's kind of taking a loss or they're taking a win, and kind of shows you that they're in it to win it. You know what I mean? But, yeah, again, overall good fight. I want to see if Charlo loses again to Tony Harrison, then I do want to see Tony Harrison unify with Jrock. You know, Jrock did state that, hey, Harrison, if you beat him again, you know, let's fight. Or I know he's probably willing to take on, you know, the other Charlo. You know, he's probably willing to take on Charlo if Charlo gets his belt back. Another interesting fight would be Jaime Munguia, because I think that Jrock, he proved that he has the style to beat a guy like Jaime Munguia. You know, he's a guy that more of a one-dimensional come-forward puncher like Jaime Munguia. But, yeah, overall good fight. I appreciated everything, you know, from both guys. I really felt like they came to fight with the urgency. You know what I mean? Like my man Boxer P said, sometimes it's cool to, you know, you want to see the sweet science. You want to see guys do the hit, not get hit thing. But sometimes you got to fight for it. You know, both guys, they showed a good mix of boxing and fighting Saturday night. But, yeah. Yeah, let me know in the comment section overall, guys, what you thought of the fight. Who you think Hurd should fight next. What you think he should do from here. Let me know what you think, you know, Jrock's going to do from here. Who you think he should defend against? Should he unify with Jaime Munguia? But, yeah, that's all I got on this one, guys. Just make sure y'all subscribe here. #CB99Talks. I'll be back with another video. Make sure y'all subscribe, support. Peace.